In the tranquil wilderness of the Adirondack Mountains, a group of intrepid adventurers embarked on what was supposed to be a weekend of serene camping and bonding. The leader of this expedition was none other than John, a seasoned outdoorsman known for his meticulous planning and unwavering enthusiasm for the great outdoors. Their destination was Crystal Lake Campground, nestled deep within the heart of the mountains. It was a place known for its breathtaking beauty, serene surroundings, and legends of the indigenous Adirondack people who had once called this land their home. As the group set up their tents and kindled the first campfire, they couldn't help but be captivated by the sheer beauty of their surroundings. The towering pines cast long shadows in the fading light, and the distant hoot of an owl echoed through the woods. Sitting around the crackling campfire, John regaled his friends with tales of the Adirondacks' rich history and the ancient stories of spirits said to roam these woods. His storytelling was a blend of the formal historical accounts he had researched and the informal, animated way he shared them. But as the night wore on, an unexpected chill settled over the camp. It wasn't the weather, it was something far more sinister. Strange rustling noises emanated from the nearby thicket, and the group exchanged uneasy glances. Just as John was about to dismiss these unsettling sounds as mere woodland creatures, a chilling gust of wind extinguished the campfire. In the darkness, they heard faint whispers carried by the wind, words that seemed to be in a language long forgotten. Nerves began to fray as the group fumbled for flashlights, trying to dispel the eerie darkness that enveloped them. John's confident demeanor wavered, but he knew he had to regain control of the situation. With flashlight beams cutting through the inky blackness, they stumbled upon a weathered, moss-covered totem that bore a striking resemblance to the indigenous spirits John had spoken of earlier. It was then that they realized they were camping near an ancient burial ground. Fear gripped them, but John, still drawing from his knowledge, advised them to make offerings of respect to the spirits. They placed small trinkets and whispered apologies, seeking forgiveness for their unwitting intrusion. Gradually, the whispers ceased and the wind calmed. The campfire was reignited, and the group huddled closer, finding comfort in the warmth of the flames and the camaraderie that had seen them through their terrifying ordeal. As the night wore on, the Adirondack wilderness slowly returned to its peaceful slumber. The group, now more united than ever, drifted off to sleep, reassured by the belief that their offerings had appeased the ancient spirits. In the end, this camping trip, though fraught with frightful moments, had forged a bond among these friends that would last a lifetime. Underneath the celestial canvas of the Adirondack sky, they found solace in the knowledge that they were not alone in the heart of the wilderness, even in the face of the unknown. And so, the wilderness taught them that in the face of fear, unity and respect could transform a nightmare into a restful, shared sleep beneath the stars. The following morning, as the golden rays of the sun filtered through the towering pines, the group awoke to a sense of renewal and a newfound appreciation for the beauty of the Adirondack wilderness. Birds sang, and the forest seemed to welcome them with open arms. Over breakfast, John shared stories of other camping adventures he had undertaken throughout his life. These stories were less eerie, filled with laughter, and served as a soothing contrast to the previous night's ordeal. He spoke of fishing expeditions by serene lakes, summiting majestic peaks, and the joy of sharing ghost stories around a campfire under a starlit sky. As they packed up their campsite, John reminded them that the wilderness was a realm of both wonder and mystery. It could test your mettle, but it could also reward you with breathtaking vistas, tranquil moments, and friendships forged in the crucible of the great outdoors. The group departed from Crystal Lake Campground with a shared sense of gratitude for the experience. What had started as a terrifying camping trip had become a journey of self-discovery and a deeper connection to the natural world. They felt that they had gained something valuable, an understanding that the wilderness could both challenge and heal the human spirit. As they drove away from the Adirondacks, they couldn't help but smile at the memory of their eerie encounter with the ancient spirits. It was a story they would retell around campfires for years to come, and it would always end with a hearty laugh. And so, as they returned to the hustle and bustle of their everyday lives, the memory of that fateful camping trip remained with them as a reminder of the mysteries that lurk beyond the safety of civilization and the enduring bonds formed by facing those mysteries together. In the end, their true camping horror story had become a tale of resilience, friendship, and the enduring power of the wilderness to both terrify and enchant. It was a story that would lull them into peaceful slumber on many nights to come, knowing that the outdoors held both beauty and secrets, and that they had experienced both in equal measure. Story 2. Deep within the vast, uncharted wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, there existed a remote camping spot known only to a select few. The locals called it Whispering Pines, a name derived from the countless tall, ancient trees that seemed to murmur secrets to the wind. A group of friends, led by Sarah, an adventurous soul with a penchant for the unknown, had chosen this spot for their camping excursion. Sarah was known for her passion for storytelling, and her friends couldn't resist the allure of her tales of mystery and suspense. Their campsite was nestled in a clearing surrounded by towering pines, their needles forming a natural canopy that filtered the sunlight. As night descended, Sarah's friends eagerly gathered around the campfire, awaiting the stories she had promised to share. With the fire crackling and casting eerie shadows on the trees, Sarah began weaving her tales. Her formal tone contrasted with the informal setting, creating an atmosphere of anticipation and curiosity. As she spoke of the ancient legends of the Whispering Pines, the group listened in rapt attention. These tales told of ghostly apparitions that roamed the woods, seeking redemption for past deeds. The stories had been passed down through generations, whispered in hushed tones around campfires just like this one. But as Sarah reached the climax of her narrative, a sudden chill gripped the air. The flames of the campfire flickered and dimmed, casting elongated and disconcerting shadows that seemed to dance to the rhythm of the story. Branches rustled in the darkness beyond the clearing, and faint whispers carried on the breeze. Her friends exchanged nervous glances, wondering if Sarah's tales had awoken something in the woods. Sarah, undeterred by the eerie ambience, continued her storytelling. She spoke of brave souls who had encountered the spirits and found peace, offering hope to the restless souls who lingered in the Whispering Pines. Just as she concluded her story, the forest responded with a cacophony of unsettling sounds. Twigs snapped, leaves rustled, and unseen creatures seemed to encircle the campsite. Fear hung heavy in the air. But Sarah knew that fear could be conquered. She encouraged her friends to stay calm and respectful, just as the stories had taught. Together, they sang songs and shared their own stories, turning their fear into camaraderie. Gradually, the disconcerting noises faded, and the campfire regained its strength. The forest, it seemed, had listened to Sarah's words of peace. The night wore on, and the group, still huddled around the campfire, exchanged grateful smiles. The whispering pines had shared their secrets, but they had also allowed Sarah and her friends to glimpse the beauty and mystery of the wilderness. As they retired to their tents, they knew they had experienced something extraordinary. Sarah's campfire stories, delivered in a formal yet engaging manner, had not only entertained but had also forged a bond between her friends and the enigmatic woods of the Pacific Northwest. In the end, the haunting shadows of the whispering pines had become a backdrop for a night of unforgettable storytelling, reminding them that the mysteries of the wilderness could both chill and inspire, all under the watchful eyes of ancient trees. And so, they slept peacefully, their dreams filled with the echoes of Sarah's tales and the enchantment of the whispering pines. As the night deepened, and the whispers of the whispering pines faded into a gentle hush, the group's slumber became serene and undisturbed. The forest had, for the moment, yielded its mysteries to the embrace of sleep. The following morning, the campsite bathed in the soft, early light, and the friends awoke to the symphony of birdsong. The eerie shadows of the previous night's campfire tales were replaced with the tranquil beauty of the Pacific Northwest wilderness. Sarah's friends couldn't help but express their gratitude for her unique storytelling style. Her fusion of formal legends with informal campfire camaraderie had created an unforgettable camping experience. It was a night that had tested their courage and brought them closer together. As they shared breakfast and packed up their campsite, they couldn't help but feel a sense of connection to the whispering pines. Sarah's stories had not only entertained but had also acted as a bridge between them and the ancient spirits of the woods. Before leaving the secluded haven, they decided to leave small offerings of gratitude at the base of the oldest pine tree in the clearing, a gesture of respect for the spirits who had shared their home with them. As they drove away from the whispering pines, Sarah's friends knew that they had encountered something truly unique in the heart of the Pacific Northwest wilderness. The haunting tales had left an indelible mark on their hearts, and they felt a sense of kinship with the enigmatic spirits of the forest. The whispering pines had tested their mettle and stirred their imaginations, but it had also gifted them with memories that would last a lifetime. They had come seeking adventure and had found it in the most unexpected way. By blending the formal and informal, they had unearthed stories that both chilled and warmed their souls. In the end, Sarah's campfire tales had illuminated the boundaries between the known and the unknown, showing her friends that the wilderness could be a place of both mystery and camaraderie. As they left the whispering pines behind, they carried with them the echoes of her stories, the magic of the forest, and the bonds forged by their unforgettable night in the woods. Story 3. High in the rugged terrain of the Rocky Mountains lay an abandoned campsite known to few, a relic of an ill-fated expedition from decades past. The camp was nestled by the side of a pristine alpine lake, its waters reflecting the towering peaks that surrounded it. This hidden gem was a secret among those who sought solace in the mountains, and Tom, an experienced outdoorsman, had decided to lead his friends there for a weekend of camping. As the group set up their tents and gathered firewood, they couldn't help but wonder about the history of the campsite. Tom, known for his enthusiasm for storytelling, had promised to share the camp's unsettling backstory. Gathered around the campfire as the sun dipped below the peaks, the group's anticipation was palpable. Tom's formal tone added an air of mystery as he began recounting the tale of a forgotten expedition. The expedition, led by renowned mountaineer Franklin Hudson, had set out to conquer the uncharted peaks of the Rockies. Their formal accounts of the journey chronicled their progress, but they grew increasingly chilling as they ventured deeper into the wilderness. As Tom detailed the explorer's journal entries, his friends leaned in closer, captivated by the formal narrative. The group was transported back in time as they heard of the expedition's trials and triumphs, their encounters with wildlife, and the breathtaking beauty of the untouched wilderness. But the tone of the story shifted dramatically as Tom reached the fateful entry detailing their arrival at the abandoned campsite by the Alpine Lake. The explorers had described an eerie stillness that settled over the area, an oppressive silence broken only by whispers carried on the wind. The group felt a shiver run down their spines as Tom described the eerie encounters the explorers had with shadowy figures that seemed to move among the trees and the spectral apparitions that appeared by the lakeshore at night. It was as if the spirits of the mountain had awakened to haunt them. As the story concluded, Tom's friends glanced nervously at the darkening forest around them. The once familiar sounds of the wilderness now seemed ominous, and the air held a distinct chill. But Tom, a seasoned outdoorsman, knew that fear could be conquered. He assured his friends that the ghosts of the past were simply echoes in the wilderness, yearning for recognition and peace. He urged them to be respectful and to honor the spirits by maintaining the campsite's sanctity. Emboldened by Tom's words, they continued with their evening, roasting marshmallows over the campfire and sharing their own stories. The ghosts of the abandoned expedition faded into the background, becoming a part of the mysterious aura that enveloped the campsite. As the night deepened and the stars filled the sky, the group felt a sense of connection to the forgotten explorers who had once called this place home. They drifted off to sleep, lulled by the gentle lapping of the lake's waters and the echoes of Tom's storytelling. The following morning, as the group awoke to the breathtaking beauty of the Rocky Mountains, they knew they had experienced something extraordinary. Tom's blend of formal expedition accounts and informal camaraderie had made their camping trip a truly unique adventure. As they departed from the hidden campsite, they left with a sense of reverence for the spirits of the forgotten expedition. They had encountered the mysteries of the past and had emerged with a deeper appreciation for the history and beauty of the Rocky Mountains. In the end, Tom's campfire tale had transported them to a bygone era where the line between the living and the dead blurred in the wilderness. It was a story that would stay with them, a reminder that the mountains held not only adventure but also the echoes of those who had ventured there before, awaiting recognition and peace in the heart of the Rockies. The day that followed was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Tom and his friends spent their time hiking the rugged trails that led to panoramic vistas, their steps echoing the footsteps of the forgotten explorers. They marveled at the alpine beauty that had both enchanted and haunted those who had come before them. During lunch, they shared their own stories and laughter, dispelling the lingering unease from the previous night. Tom's formal storytelling had seamlessly woven together their past and present, creating a sense of continuity that connected them to the mountains and the spirits that dwelled there. As they explored the campsite further, they discovered remnants of the abandoned expedition, rusty cooking utensils, tattered maps, and journals filled with entries that hinted at the explorers' descent into madness. These artifacts served as tangible links to the past, allowing Tom's friends to feel a deeper connection to the haunted history of the Rockies. In the late afternoon, they returned to their campsite by the Alpine Lake, where the evening light painted the mountains in hues of orange and pink. They shared a moment of silence, honoring the memory of those who had come before them and the spirits that still lingered in the shadows. With Tom's guidance, they performed a simple ceremony, offering gratitude and peace to the restless souls of the forgotten expedition. It was a formal and respectful gesture that brought a sense of closure to the haunted campsite. That night, as they gathered around the campfire once more, the atmosphere was different. The spirits that had once seemed ominous now felt like benevolent guardians watching over the campsite and its visitors. Tom's friends understood that they had helped to appease the ghosts of the past. As Tom shared one last story, this time an informal and heartwarming tale of camaraderie and adventure, they felt a sense of unity with the mountains and the spirits that inhabited them. The haunting shadows of the abandoned expedition had transformed into a source of connection and respect. When they finally retired to their tents, the night was quiet and serene. The spirits of the Rockies had, for the time being, found peace, and Tom's friends slept peacefully beneath the star-studded sky. The following morning, as they packed up their campsite and prepared to leave the hidden gem of the Rocky Mountains behind, they knew they had experienced something extraordinary. Tom's unique storytelling style had brought history to life and allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. As they departed, they carried with them not only the memories of their camping trip, but also a profound sense of connection to the wilderness and the spirits that dwelled within it. The ghosts of the forgotten expedition had become a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the mountains held both mystery and history, waiting to be discovered by those who dared to venture into the heart of the Rockies. In the end, Tom's blend of formal expedition accounts and informal camaraderie had turned a ghostly campsite into a place of reverence and connection, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they left the Rockies behind, knowing that the spirits of the forgotten expedition would forever be a part of their own journey through the mountains. Story 4. Nestled deep within the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park was a serene, secluded lake known to few but cherished by those who ventured into its wilderness. The lake, aptly named Crystal Waters, was surrounded by dense forests and towering peaks that stood sentinel over its tranquil shores. A group of adventurous friends, led by Emily, an avid outdoor enthusiast, had chosen Crystal Waters for their camping expedition. Emily was known for her love of mystery and the supernatural, and she had promised her friends a tale that would chill their bones on this moonlit night. Their campsite was set up on the sandy beach of Crystal Waters, and the shimmering moonlight danced on the lake's surface. As the group gathered around the campfire, their anticipation for Emily's story was palpable. Emily's formal storytelling style added an air of suspense as she began weaving the legend of the drowned camper. The legend spoke of a camper named Samuel who had visited Crystal Waters decades ago. Samuel was an intrepid adventurer, much like Emily, and he had chosen to camp alone by the lake's edge. His formal journal entries chronicled his love for the wilderness and the beauty of Crystal Waters. But as Emily continued her story, the group sensed a shift in the atmosphere. The moonlight seemed to cast elongated and eerie shadows, and the gentle lapping of the lake's waters took on a sinister tone. Samuel's journal entries began to describe strange occurrences that plagued his campsite. Unexplained whispers echoed through the night, and his campfire seemed to flicker and dance to an otherworldly rhythm. Samuel's words grew frantic as he wrote of shadowy figures that appeared by the lake shore, beckoning him into the depths of the water. As the legend reached its climax, Emily's friends exchanged nervous glances. The legend of the drowned camper had come to a terrifying conclusion. Samuel had ventured into the lake's dark waters, never to return. His journal was the only trace of his existence. As Emily concluded her story, the group couldn't help but feel a shiver run down their spines. The once inviting lake now held an air of foreboding, and the moonlight seemed to illuminate the legend's haunting echoes. But Emily, a true enthusiast of the supernatural, reminded her friends that legends were born from mystery and the unknown. She urged them to embrace the thrill of the legend and to pay homage to the restless spirit of Samuel, who had become a part of Crystal Waters. With that in mind, they continued their evening, roasting marshmallows and sharing their own stories. The eerie shadows of the legend began to recede, replaced by the warmth of the campfire and the camaraderie of friends. As the night wore on, the group felt a sense of connection to the lake and the spirit of Samuel. They believed that by honoring his memory, they had helped to ease his restless soul. When they retired to their tents, the lake's waters were calm and the legend's haunting whispers had subsided. Emily's friends slept peacefully beneath the starry sky, feeling that they had not only experienced fear but had also paid their respects to a forgotten camper. The following morning, as they awoke to the breathtaking beauty of Crystal Waters, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Emily's blend of formal legend and informal camaraderie had made their camping trip a unique adventure. As they departed from the secluded lake, they carried with them the memory of the legend and the belief that Samuel's spirit had found solace in their presence. The legend of the drowned camper had transformed from a tale of terror to a story of remembrance and connection. In the end, Emily's storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the dead, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for unity and reverence. And so, they left Crystal Waters behind, knowing that the legend of the drowned camper would forever be a part of their own journey through the Great Smoky Mountains. As they departed from Crystal Waters, their journey through the Great Smoky Mountains continued, filled with awe and wonder at the natural beauty that surrounded them. The legend of the drowned camper had become a part of their experience, a testament to the power of storytelling to both chill and inspire. Throughout their adventure, they explored the rugged trails that led to hidden waterfalls, marveled at the rich biodiversity of the park, and gazed in awe at the towering peaks that loomed above them. Emily's friends couldn't help but appreciate the pristine wilderness that had drawn Samuel to Crystal Waters so many years ago. During breaks in their hikes, they shared their own stories and laughter, dispelling the lingering unease from the previous night. Emily's storytelling had created a sense of connection, not only to the legend but also to each other, making their camping trip all the more memorable. As they encountered other campers and hikers along the way, they found themselves sharing the legend of the drowned camper, passing it down as a part of their own journey through the Great Smoky Mountains. The legend had transformed from a tale of fear into a story of remembrance and camaraderie. On the final night of their expedition, as they set up their campsite beneath a canopy of stars, Emily shared one last story, an informal and heartwarming tale of friendship and adventure. It was a fitting conclusion to their journey, a reminder that the wilderness held not only mystery but also the potential for unity and connection. As they retired to their tents for the last time, the night was calm, and the legend of the drowned camper had receded into the background. Samuel's restless spirit, they believed, had found peace in the embrace of crystal waters and the company of friends. The following morning, as they packed up their campsite and prepared to leave the Great Smoky Mountains behind, they knew they had experienced something extraordinary. Emily's storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the dead, reminding them that legends held the power to both terrify and inspire. As they departed, they left behind a legacy, a story of the drowned camper, and the belief that, by honoring the past, they had created a connection that transcended time and space. The legend would forever be a part of their own journey through the Great Smoky Mountains, a reminder that the wilderness held not only secrets but also the potential for unity and reverence. In the end, Emily's unique storytelling had transformed a haunting legend into a tale of remembrance and connection, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they left the mountains behind, carrying with them the memory of crystal waters and the legend of the drowned camper as a cherished part of their own adventure. Story 5. In the heart of the sprawling Appalachian Mountains lay a remote and seldom traveled trail known only to the most daring of hikers. This trail, named Erie Pass, was shrouded in mystery and whispered about among outdoor enthusiasts who dared to explore its rugged terrain. A group of adventurous friends, led by Alex, a thrill seeker with a penchant for the unknown, had chosen Erie Pass for their hiking expedition. Alex was known for his love of suspenseful stories, and he had promised his friends a tale that would send shivers down their spines as they camped deep within the wilderness. Their journey into the Appalachian wilderness led them to a secluded clearing by a bubbling brook where they set up their campsite. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows through the dense forest, the group eagerly gathered around the campfire, their anticipation palpable. Alex's storytelling style, a mix of formal narrative and informal camaraderie, added to the eerie atmosphere as he began recounting the tale of the abandoned trail. The legend spoke of Erie Pass, once a bustling thoroughfare for pioneers and traders in centuries past. Its formal historical accounts detailed the challenges faced by those who traversed it, the unforgiving terrain, and the chilling stories of disappearances that had plagued the trail. As Alex's story unfolded, the group's sense of unease grew. The forest seemed to come alive with eerie sounds, unexplained rustling in the underbrush, ghostly whispers carried on the wind, and the distant hoot of an owl that sounded almost human. The legend of Erie Pass took a terrifying turn as Alex described the encounters of hikers who had ventured onto the trail in recent years. Their informal accounts detailed sightings of shadowy figures that lurked among the trees, chilling apparitions that appeared in the dead of night, and inexplicable occurrences that defied all rational explanation. As the story reached its climax, the group exchanged nervous glances, feeling the weight of the legend pressing upon them. The once inviting wilderness now seemed to hold secrets that defied understanding. But Alex, a seasoned adventurer, knew that fear could be conquered. He urged his friends to embrace the thrill of the legend and to be vigilant but respectful as they continued their hike along Erie Pass. With that in mind, they stoked the campfire, roasted marshmallows, and shared their own stories. The eerie shadows of the abandoned trail receded, replaced by the warmth of friendship and the flickering campfire. As the night wore on, the group felt a sense of connection to Erie Pass and the adventurers who had walked its rugged path. They believed that by acknowledging the legend, they had forged a bond with the wilderness, making it a part of their own journey. When they retired to their tents, the forest was still, and the legend's unsettling whispers had subsided. Alex's friends slept peacefully beneath the starry canopy, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of Erie Pass. The following morning, as they awoke to the beauty of the Appalachian wilderness, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Alex's unique blend of formal legend and informal camaraderie had made their hiking expedition an unforgettable adventure. As they continued their journey through the dense forest, the legend of Erie Pass remained with them, a testament to the power of stories to both terrify and inspire. They hiked along the abandoned trail, carrying with them the echoes of the past and a newfound appreciation for the mysteries of the Appalachian Mountains. In the end, Alex's storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the unknown, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. And so, they left Erie Pass behind, knowing that the legend would forever be a part of their own adventure through the Appalachian wilderness. As they trekked deeper into the heart of the Appalachian wilderness, their footsteps echoing in the dense forest, the legends of Erie Pass continued to linger in their minds. The towering trees and the rugged terrain seemed to absorb their presence, enveloping them in a world that was both awe-inspiring and mysterious. Throughout their journey, they encountered remnants of the past, withered trail markers, overgrown paths, and the occasional glimpse of a long-abandoned campsite. Each discovery served as a reminder that they were treading the same ground as those who had ventured into the unknown before them. During breaks along their hike, they shared their own stories and laughter, gradually dispelling the lingering unease from the previous night. Alex's storytelling had not only entertained, but it also connected them to the legends that surrounded Erie Pass. As they encountered fellow hikers along the trail, they couldn't resist sharing the legend of Erie Pass, passing it on as a part of their own journey through the Appalachian wilderness. The legend had become a thread that wove their experiences together, connecting them to the past and the mysteries that shrouded the trail. On their final night of hiking, they set up camp in a remote clearing surrounded by ancient trees, their branches reaching out like spectral arms. The campfire flickered, casting dancing shadows that seemed to tell their own stories. Alex, with a twinkle in his eye, shared one last tale, an informal and heartwarming story of adventurers who had overcome fear and embraced the unknown. As the night deepened and the stars emerged, the atmosphere was different from the previous night. The legends of Erie Pass had transformed from tales of terror into stories of remembrance and camaraderie. The forest, once a place of mystery, now felt like a familiar companion. When they retired to their tents for the last time, the night was peaceful, and the legends of Erie Pass had receded into the background. The forest held no secrets that threatened them, only a sense of wonder and appreciation for the wilderness they had explored. The following morning, as they packed up their campsite and prepared to leave the Appalachian wilderness behind, they knew they had experienced something extraordinary. Alex's storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the unknown, reminding them that legends held the power to both terrify and inspire. As they departed, they left behind footprints in the soil, a testament to their own journey through Erie Pass and the legends that had guided them. The legends of the trail would forever be a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the wilderness held not only mysteries but also the potential for unity and reverence. In the end, Alex's unique storytelling had transformed an Erie trail into a place of connection and remembrance where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they left the Appalachian wilderness behind, carrying with them the memory of Erie Pass and the legends as cherished companions on their own journey through life's adventures. Story 6. Deep within a dense and ancient forest stood a campsite that had long been shunned by those who knew of its existence. This mysterious place, known simply as Lost Souls Camp, was hidden away from civilization, its secrets known only to a select few. A group of adventurous friends, led by Olivia, an enthusiast of the supernatural and the unexplained, had chosen Lost Souls Camp for their camping expedition. Olivia was known for her love of ghost stories, and she had promised her friends a tale that would send shivers down their spines as they ventured into the heart of the enchanted forest. Their campsite was nestled in a clearing surrounded by towering trees, their branches forming a natural canopy that filtered the sunlight. As night fell, casting the forest into shadow, the group eagerly gathered around the campfire, their anticipation palpable. Olivia's storytelling style, a blend of formal narration and informal camaraderie, added an air of mystique as she began recounting the legend of the enchanted forest. The legend spoke of Lost Souls Camp, a place steeped in history and mystery. Its formal historical accounts describe the camp as a haven for early settlers, a refuge in the wilderness. But as Olivia's story unfolded, the group felt a creeping sense of unease. Olivia's tale took a chilling turn as she described the accounts of campers who had visited Lost Souls Camp in recent years. Their informal stories told of strange occurrences, disappearing belongings, ghostly apparitions that roamed the forest at night, and an unsettling feeling of being watched from the shadows. As the legend reached its climax, the forest seemed to come alive with eerie sounds, the rustling of leaves, the distant cries of unseen creatures, and a mournful wind that carried whispered voices. The group exchanged nervous glances, feeling the weight of the legend pressing upon them. The once inviting forest now felt like a realm of uncertainty, where the boundaries between the living and the supernatural blurred. But Olivia, a fervent believer in the unexplained, knew that fear could be conquered. She encouraged her friends to embrace the thrill of the legend and to be vigilant but respectful as they continued their camping expedition. With that in mind, they roasted marshmallows over the campfire, sharing stories and laughter. The eerie atmosphere began to recede, replaced by the warmth of friendship and the flickering campfire. As the night wore on, the group felt a sense of connection to Lost Souls Camp and the souls that may have once called it home. They believed that by acknowledging the legend, they had invited the spirits to share in their journey. When they retired to their tents, the forest was still, and the legend's unsettling whispers had subsided. Olivia's friends slept peacefully beneath the starry sky, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of the enchanted forest. The following morning, as they awoke to the beauty of the ancient forest, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Olivia's unique blend of formal legend and informal camaraderie had made their camping expedition a memorable adventure. As they continued their journey through the dense forest, the legend of Lost Souls Camp remained with them, a testament to the power of stories to both terrify and inspire. They hiked through the enchanted woods, carrying with them the echoes of the past and a newfound appreciation for the mysteries of the ancient forest. In the end, Olivia's storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. And so, they left Lost Souls Camp behind, knowing that the legend would forever be a part of their own adventure through the enchanted forest, where the boundaries between the living and the supernatural would always remain tantalizingly blurred. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the ancient forest, the legends of Lost Souls Camp continued to linger in their thoughts, like whispers carried on the wind. The towering trees, draped in moss and shadow, seemed to conceal secrets that had been kept for centuries. Throughout their journey, they encountered remnants of the past, crumbling stone foundations, overgrown trails, and the faint traces of campfires long extinguished. Each discovery served as a reminder of the countless souls who had ventured into the depths of the forest before them. During breaks in their hike, they shared stories and laughter, gradually dispelling the lingering unease from the previous night. Olivia's storytelling had not only entertained but had also connected them to the legends that surrounded Lost Souls Camp. As they encountered fellow hikers along the trail, they couldn't resist sharing the legend of the enchanted forest, passing it on as a part of their own journey. The legend had become a thread that wove their experiences together, connecting them to the past and the mysteries that shrouded the ancient woods. On their final night in the forest, they set up camp beneath the sprawling canopy of ancient trees, their branches intermingling like fingers. The campfire, its flames dancing in the darkness, cast eerie shadows that seemed to tell their own stories. Olivia, with a twinkle in her eye, shared one last tale, an informal and heartwarming story of adventurers who had faced fear and embraced the enigmatic. As the night deepened and the stars shone brightly overhead, the atmosphere was different from the previous night. The legends of Lost Souls Camp had transformed from tales of dread into stories of remembrance and camaraderie. The forest, once a place of uncertainty, now felt like an old friend. When they retired to their tents for the last time, the forest was tranquil, and the legends of the enchanted forest had receded into the background. Olivia's friends slept peacefully, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of the ancient woods. The following morning, as they packed up their campsite and prepared to leave the ancient forest behind, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Olivia's unique storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. As they departed, they left behind footprints in the forest floor, a testament to their own journey through the enchanted woods and the legends that had guided them. The legends of Lost Souls Camp would forever be a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the forest held not only secrets but also the potential for unity and reverence. In the end, Olivia's storytelling had transformed an enigmatic forest into a place of connection and remembrance where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they left the ancient forest behind, carrying with them the memory of Lost Souls Camp and the legends as cherished companions on their own journey through the mysteries of life's adventures. Story 7. In a forgotten corner of an old and decaying town stood an abandoned carnival, a place that had once echoed with the laughter of children and the thrill of rides. Now, the carnival was nothing but a haunting relic, its rides rusted, its tents tattered, and its once vibrant colors faded. A group of adventurous friends, led by Mark, a lover of the eerie and unexplained, had chosen the abandoned carnival as the site for their overnight adventure. Mark was known for his fascination with the supernatural, and he had promised his friends a tale that would send shivers down their spines as they explored the eerie grounds. Their journey into the heart of the decaying carnival led them to a small, overgrown clearing where they set up their campsite. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the abandoned rides, the group eagerly gathered around the campfire, their anticipation tangible. Mark's storytelling style, a blend of formal narrative and informal camaraderie, added an air of suspense as he began recounting the terrifying encounter with the clown. The legend spoke of the abandoned carnival, a place that had once thrived with joy but had fallen into decay. Its formal historical accounts described the carnival's heyday, the laughter of children, and the colorful characters who had brought it to life. But as Mark's story unfolded, the group felt an eerie stillness settle over the abandoned grounds. Mark's tale took a chilling turn as he described a recent encounter with a sinister clown who had haunted the carnival's ruins. His informal account detailed a night of terror as he and his friends explored the decaying rides and ventured into the dilapidated funhouse. As the story reached its climax, the group exchanged nervous glances, feeling the weight of the legend bearing down on them. The once joyful carnival now seemed like a place of darkness and dread, where the line between reality and nightmare blurred. But Mark, an enthusiast of the supernatural, knew that fear could be confronted. He encouraged his friends to embrace the thrill of the legend and to remain vigilant as they explored the abandoned carnival. With that in mind, they continued their exploration, their footsteps echoing in the silence of the deserted amusement park. The rusted rides creaked in the wind, and the faded circus banners seemed to come alive with eerie faces. As the night wore on, the group felt a sense of connection to the abandoned carnival and the ghostly clown that had haunted its ruins. They believed that by acknowledging the legend, they had invited the spirit to share in their adventure. When they retired to their tents, the carnival grounds were quiet, and the echoes of Mark's tale had subsided. Mark's friends slept beneath the starry sky, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysterious clown. The following morning, as they awoke to the eerie beauty of the abandoned carnival, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Mark's unique blend of formal legend and informal camaraderie had made their overnight adventure an unforgettable experience. As they departed from the decaying carnival, they carried with them the memory of the terrifying clown and the legends that had surrounded it. The carnival had become a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the line between reality and the supernatural was not always clear. In the end, Mark's storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. And so, they left the abandoned carnival behind, knowing that the legend of the haunting clown would forever be a part of their own journey through the mysteries of the unknown. As they departed from the Erie carnival grounds, the memories of their overnight adventure continued to linger, like ghostly echoes in the recesses of their minds. The abandoned carnival, once a place of joy and laughter, had transformed into a realm of mystery and haunting. Throughout their journey, they couldn't help but notice the world around them with a heightened sense of awareness. The rustling of leaves in the wind sounded eerily like whispered secrets, and the shifting shadows seemed to harbor hidden stories of their own. During breaks in their exploration, they shared stories and laughter, slowly dispelling the lingering unease from the previous night. Mark's storytelling had not only entertained, but it also connected them to the eerie atmosphere of the abandoned carnival. As they ventured further into the old town, they couldn't resist sharing the legend of the haunting clown, passing it on as a part of their own journey through the mysteries of the supernatural. The legend had become a thread that wove their experiences together, connecting them to the past and the enigmatic character that had haunted the carnival. Their exploration of the town led them to other forgotten places, a crumbling theater with tattered curtains, a dilapidated mansion with overgrown gardens, and a long-abandoned circus tent that had once housed awe-inspiring performances. Each discovery added to the sense of wonder and unease that pervaded their adventure. On the final night of their journey, they set up camp in an overgrown park, the rusted remains of a playground casting eerie shadows in the moonlight. The campfire crackled, and Mark, with a twinkle in his eye, shared one last tale, an informal and heartwarming story of adventurers who had confronted fear and embraced the unknown. As the night deepened, the atmosphere was different from the previous night. The haunting legends of the carnival had transformed from tales of terror into stories of remembrance and camaraderie. The abandoned town, once a place of darkness, now felt like an open book, ready to share its secrets. When they retired to their tents for the last time, the town was quiet, and the echoes of Mark's tale had faded into the night. Mark's friends slept peacefully, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of the old town. The following morning, as they packed up their campsite and prepared to leave the forgotten town behind, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Mark's unique storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. As they departed, they left behind footprints in the dusty streets, a testament to their own journey through the forgotten town and the legends that had guided them. The legends of the haunting clown and the enigmatic carnival would forever be a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the world held not only mysteries but also the potential for unity and reverence. In the end, Mark's storytelling had transformed a forgotten town into a place of connection and remembrance where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they left the old town behind, carrying with them the memory of their adventure and the legends as cherished companions on their own journey through the mysteries of life's adventures. Story 8. On the quiet and seemingly peaceful Elm Street, in a quaint suburban neighborhood, there resided a house that had long been shrouded in mystery and unease. The house, with its faded paint and overgrown yard, was home to a most unsettling resident, a creepy clown who had taken up residence in the old, weathered building. A group of curious friends, led by Sarah, a lover of tales that sent chills down one's spine, had chosen Elm Street as the setting for their evening gathering. Sarah was known for her fascination with the strange and uncanny, and she had promised her friends a story that would leave them sleepless as they sat on her porch, shrouded in the dim glow of lanterns. Their gathering spot was on Sarah's front porch, the perfect setting for a tale that would send shivers down their spines. As night descended, casting eerie shadows on Elm Street, the group huddled together, their anticipation palpable. Sarah's storytelling style, a mix of formal narrative and casual conversation, added to the eerie atmosphere as she began recounting the story of the creepy clown next door. The legend spoke of the house on Elm Street, once a charming residence that had fallen into disrepair and neglect. Its formal historical accounts detailed the family that had once lived there, their tragic history, and the rumors that swirled around their mysterious disappearance. But as Sarah's story unfolded, the group felt an unsettling chill in the air. Sarah's tale took a sinister turn as she described her own encounters with the creepy clown who had moved into the abandoned house. Her informal account painted a picture of bizarre happenings, strange noises in the dead of night, eerie laughter that echoed through the neighborhood, and sightings of the clown lurking in the shadows. As the story reached its peak, the group exchanged anxious glances, feeling the weight of the legend bearing down on them. The once idyllic Elm Street now seemed like a place of terror and dread, where the line between reality and the supernatural blurred. But Sarah, a true enthusiast of the unexplained, knew that fear could be faced head-on. She encouraged her friends to embrace the thrill of the legend and to keep a watchful eye as they continued their evening gathering. With that in mind, they settled in, lanterns casting eerie glows on their faces as they exchanged nervous laughter and whispered stories. The night grew darker, and the unsettling atmosphere began to recede, replaced by the warmth of friendship and the familiar sounds of Elm Street. As the night wore on, the group felt a sense of connection to their neighborhood and the enigmatic clown who had become a part of their lives. They believed that by acknowledging the legend, they had invited the spirit to join in their gathering. When they finally decided to retreat indoors for the night, Elm Street was quiet, and the echoes of Sarah's story had subsided. Sarah's friends slept soundly, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of their neighborhood. The following morning, as they awoke to the serenity of Elm Street, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Sarah's unique storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. As they went about their day in the familiar neighborhood, they carried with them the memory of the creepy clown next door and the legends that had surrounded it. Elm Street had become a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the line between reality and the supernatural was not always clear. In the end, Sarah's storytelling had transformed a quiet street into a place of connection and remembrance, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they continued to live on Elm Street, carrying with them the memory of their gathering and the legends as cherished companions on their own journey through the mysteries of everyday life. As the days passed on Elm Street, the memories of Sarah's Erie storytelling gathering continued to linger, adding a new layer of intrigue to their familiar neighborhood. Elm Street, once a place of routine and normalcy, had taken on an air of mystery and curiosity. Throughout their daily lives, the group of friends couldn't help but notice the street with a fresh perspective. The houses and trees seemed to hold secrets just beneath the surface, and the daily sounds and sights took on a different hue. During casual conversations on their front porches or evening strolls, they shared stories and laughter, gradually dispelling the lingering unease from Sarah's chilling tale. Sarah's storytelling had not only entertained, but it also connected them to the legends that now seemed to thread through Elm Street's history. As they encountered their neighbors and other residents of Elm Street, they couldn't resist sharing the legend of the creepy clown next door, passing it on as a part of their own experiences in the neighborhood. The legend had become a part of their collective identity, a story that bound them to their shared history. In their own ways, they each tried to unravel the mysteries of Elm Street. They ventured to the abandoned house next door during the day, curious about the stories that lay hidden within its walls. They also researched the history of the family that had once lived there, hoping to uncover clues about the creepy clown's origins. As they delved deeper into Elm Street's history, they discovered old newspaper articles, faded photographs, and accounts from longtime residents that shed light on the enigmatic house. The more they learned, the more they realized that the line between fact and legend was often blurred. Their investigations into the mysterious clown next door, while unsettling, also drew them closer together as friends. They became a tight-knit community, bonded by their shared curiosity and their determination to uncover the truth. Over time, the unsettling atmosphere on Elm Street gave way to a sense of familiarity and even fondness. The creepy clown next door, once a source of fear, became a character in their neighborhood's unique narrative, a legend that lived on through their stories and investigations. As they continued to live their lives on Elm Street, they carried with them the memory of that fateful storytelling gathering and the legends that had become intertwined with their daily experiences. Their neighborhood had become a place of connection and remembrance, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. In the end, Sarah's storytelling had transformed Elm Street from a quiet suburban neighborhood into a place where legends thrived, where curiosity and connection were valued, and where the boundaries between reality and the supernatural were explored with open hearts and inquisitive minds. And so, they continued their journey on Elm Street, knowing that the legends would forever be a cherished part of their lives, enriching their everyday experiences with a touch of the extraordinary. Story 9. In a remote corner of the countryside, there existed a traveling carnival known as Carnival of Shadows. It was a place of wonder and terror, where visitors were drawn by the allure of thrilling rides and bizarre attractions. But beneath the colorful facade lay a sinister legend, the legend of the malevolent clown who presided over the carnival. A group of thrill seekers, led by Emily, a lover of tales that sent shivers down the spine, had chosen the Carnival of Shadows as their destination for a night of unforgettable adventure. Emily was known for her fascination with the macabre, and she had promised her friends a story that would haunt their dreams as they explored the Erie Carnival grounds. Their journey led them to the outskirts of town, where the Carnival of Shadows had set up its tents in a desolate field. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the carnival, the group eagerly gathered near the ticket booth, their anticipation palpable. Emily's storytelling style, a blend of formal narration and informal camaraderie, added an air of unease as she began recounting the legend of the malevolent clown. The legend spoke of the Carnival of Shadows, a place that had traversed the country for generations, its origins shrouded in mystery. Its formal historical accounts detailed the excitement and dread that accompanied its arrival in town. But as Emily's story unfolded, the group felt a chill in the air. Emily's tale took a sinister turn as she described the malevolent clown, a character who was said to be more than just a performer. Her informal account painted a picture of bizarre occurrences, disappearing carnival goers, ghostly laughter that echoed through the night, and eerie sightings of the clown lurking in the shadows. As the story reached its climax, the group exchanged uneasy glances, feeling the weight of the legend bearing down on them. The once inviting carnival now seemed like a place of darkness and foreboding, where the line between entertainment and terror blurred. But Emily, a true aficionado of the Erie, knew that fear could be embraced. She encouraged her friends to relish the thrill of the legend and to remain watchful as they ventured deeper into the Carnival of Shadows. With that in mind, they embarked on their exploration, the carnival rides and attractions coming to life in the dim light. The laughter of children and the eerie calliope music added to the unsettling atmosphere. As the night wore on, the group felt a connection to the Carnival of Shadows and the malevolent clown who had become the centerpiece of their adventure. They believed that by acknowledging the legend, they had invited the spirit to share in their journey. When they retired to their rented caravans, the carnival grounds were still, and the echoes of Emily's story had subsided. Emily's friends slept uneasily, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of the Carnival of Shadows. The following morning, as they awoke to the eerie beauty of the carnival in the daylight, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Emily's unique storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. As they continued their exploration of the Carnival of Shadows, they carried with them the memory of the malevolent clown and the legends that surrounded it. The carnival had become a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the line between entertainment and the supernatural was not always clear. In the end, Emily's storytelling had transformed a mere carnival into a place of connection and remembrance, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they left the Carnival of Shadows behind, knowing that the legend of the malevolent clown would forever be a cherished part of their own journey through the mysteries of the unknown. As they departed from the Carnival of Shadows, the memory of their eerie adventure continued to linger, casting a haunting spell over their thoughts and conversations. The carnival, once a place of excitement and fear, had left an indelible mark on their lives. Throughout their days, the group couldn't help but see the world around them with a heightened sense of curiosity. The shadows of everyday life seemed to conceal mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and the ordinary sounds and sights took on a new layer of significance. During their gatherings and outings, they found themselves sharing stories and laughter, slowly dispelling the lingering unease from Emily's chilling tale. Emily's storytelling had not only entertained, but had also connected them to the legends that had become a part of their shared history. As they encountered people from various walks of life, they couldn't resist sharing the legend of the malevolent clown and the Carnival of Shadows, passing it on as a part of their own experience. The legend had become a narrative thread that wove their lives together, connecting them to the past and the enigmatic character that had haunted the carnival. Driven by their fascination with legends, they embarked on other adventures, exploring forgotten places and uncovering local mysteries. They sought out stories of haunted houses, eerie woods, and ghostly apparitions, finding that each tale had a depth to their understanding of the supernatural. In their explorations, they discovered that legends were not confined to the pages of books or the walls of old buildings. Legends lived in the hearts and minds of people, shaping their perceptions of the world and fueling their sense of wonder. Over time, the unsettling atmosphere of the Carnival of Shadows gave way to a sense of curiosity and wonder. The malevolent clown, once a source of fear, had become a character in their ongoing narrative, a legend that lived on through their stories and adventures. As they continued to embrace their fascination with legends, they discovered that the world was full of mysteries waiting to be explored. Each story, whether terrifying or heartwarming, brought them closer together as friends and kindred spirits. Their lives had become a series of adventures, each one inspired by legends and fueled by their desire to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural. They found that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence, enriching their everyday experiences with a touch of the extraordinary. In the end, Emily's storytelling had transformed their lives into a tapestry of legends and adventures where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they continued their journey through life, knowing that legends would forever be their cherished companions, guiding them through the mysteries of the unknown and the thrill of the unexplained. Story 10. In the heart of a quiet town, nestled beside an ancient forest, stood an old and weathered circus tent. This tent was no ordinary one. It was known as the Midnight Circus, a place that had long been abandoned and avoided by the townsfolk. Within its tattered walls lurked a legend of revenge from beyond the grave, a tale of a vengeful clown. A group of curious friends, led by Daniel, an enthusiast of eerie stories and ghostly encounters, had chosen the Midnight Circus as their destination for a night of spine-tingling exploration. Daniel was known for his fascination with the supernatural, and he had promised his friends a story that would send shivers down their spines as they ventured into the dark, decrepit circus tent. Their journey led them to the outskirts of town, where the tent had mysteriously appeared overnight, standing out like a relic of a bygone era. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows over the circus grounds, the group eagerly gathered near the entrance, their anticipation palpable. Daniel's storytelling style, a mix of formal narration and informal camaraderie, added an air of suspense as he began recounting the legend of the vengeful clown. The legend spoke of the Midnight Circus, a place that had once been a source of wonder and delight for the townspeople. Its formal historical accounts detailed the enchanting performances that had drawn crowds from near and far. But as Daniel's story unfolded, the group felt a chilling draft sweep through the tent. Daniel's tale took a sinister turn as he described the circus's mysterious downfall and the tragic fate of its star performer, a clown known as Laughing Leo. His informal accounts painted a picture of malevolent occurrences, unexplained accidents under the big top, eerie laughter that echoed in the night, and sightings of Laughing Leo's ghostly figure. As the story reached its climax, the group exchanged nervous glances, feeling the weight of the legend bearing down on them. The once magical circus now seemed like a place of darkness and vengeance, where the line between reality and the supernatural blurred. But Daniel, a fearless seeker of the uncanny, knew that fear could be confronted. He encouraged his friends to embrace the thrill of the legend and to remain vigilant as they explored the Midnight Circus. With that in mind, they ventured deeper into the darkened tent, their footsteps echoing in the eerie silence. The tattered remnants of circus decorations hung like specters from the tent ceiling, and the scent of sawdust and popcorn still lingered in the air. As the night wore on, the group felt a connection to the midnight circus and the vengeful spirit of Laughing Leo. They believed that by acknowledging the legend, they had invited the spirit to share in their exploration. When they retired to their sleeping bags on the cold, hard ground, the midnight circus was silent and the echoes of Daniel's tale had subsided. Daniel's friends lay awake, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of the old circus. The following morning, as they awoke to the eerie beauty of the abandoned tent, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Daniel's unique blend of formal legend and informal camaraderie had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. As they left the midnight circus behind, they carried with them the memory of Laughing Leo and the legends that surrounded him. The circus had become a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the line between reality and the supernatural was not always clear. In the end, Daniel's storytelling had transformed the midnight circus from a forgotten relic into a place of connection and remembrance, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they continued their journey through life, knowing that legends would forever be a cherished part of their own adventures, guiding them through the mysteries of the unknown and the thrill of the unexplained. As they departed from the midnight circus, the memory of their eerie adventure continued to linger, casting a haunting spell over their thoughts and conversations. The abandoned circus, once a place of wonder and mystery, had left an indelible mark on their lives. Throughout their days, the group of friends couldn't help but see the world around them with a renewed sense of curiosity and wonder. Everyday sights and sounds took on new dimensions, and the world seemed to hold more mysteries than they had ever imagined. During their gatherings and outings, they often found themselves sharing stories and laughter, slowly dispelling the lingering unease from Daniel's chilling tale. Daniel's storytelling had not only entertained, but had also connected them to the legends that had become a part of their shared experiences. As they encountered new people in their lives, they couldn't resist sharing the legend of the midnight circus and the vengeful clown, passing it on as a part of their own adventure. The legend had become a narrative thread that wove their lives together, connecting them to the past and the enigmatic character of Laughing Leo. Inspired by their fascination with legends, they continued to seek out other mysterious places and stories, delving into the unexplained and embracing the thrill of the unknown. Each tale they encountered added depth to their understanding of the supernatural and the power of storytelling. In their explorations, they discovered that legends were not confined to the past, but were living narratives that shaped their perceptions of the world. They became collectors of stories, eager to uncover hidden truths and explore the boundaries between reality and the supernatural. Over time, the unsettling atmosphere of the midnight circus gave way to a sense of wonder and reverence. Laughing Leo, once a source of fear, had become a character in their ongoing narrative, a legend that lived on through their stories and adventures. As they continued to embrace their fascination with legends, they found that their lives had become a tapestry of adventures, where each story enriched their understanding of the world and their connection to one another. They cherished the moments when they could bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural. Their lives were forever intertwined with the legends they had encountered, and they treasured the memories of their adventures. They knew that legends held not only fear, but also the potential for connection and reverence, and they carried these stories with them as they ventured into the mysteries of life. In the end, Daniel's storytelling had transformed their lives into an ongoing journey of discovery where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they continued to embrace the power of legends, knowing that these stories would forever be their cherished companions, guiding them through the mysteries of the unknown and the magic of the unexplained. Story 11. In a cozy suburban home, nestled at the end of a quiet cul-de-sac, lived a family like any other. But behind the closed doors of one particular bedroom, a sinister secret lay hidden, a child's terrifying imaginary friend, the clown in the closet. A group of inquisitive friends, led by Emma, a lover of spine-tingling tales and eerie mysteries, had chosen this suburban house as the setting for their evening gathering. Emma was known for her fascination with the supernatural, and she had promised her friends a story that would haunt their dreams as they sat on the bedroom floor, surrounded by toys and dolls. Their gathering spot was in the child's bedroom, the perfect setting for a tale that would send shivers down their spines. As night descended, casting eerie shadows across the room, the group huddled together, their anticipation palpable. Emma's storytelling style, a blend of formal narrative and casual conversation, added an air of suspense as she began recounting the legend of the clown in the closet. The legend spoke of the suburban house, an ordinary place with a not-so-ordinary closet. Its formal accounts detailed the happy family who had lived there, their loving bond, and the innocence of their child. But as Emma's story unfolded, the group felt a chill in the air. Emma's tale took a sinister turn as she described the child's imaginary friend, the clown in the closet. Her informal account painted a picture of eerie occurrences, a closet that seemed to whisper in the night, strange laughter that echoed through the bedroom, and sightings of the clown's menacing face peering from the darkness. As the story reached its climax, the group exchanged anxious glances, feeling the weight of the legend bearing down on them. The once comforting bedroom now seemed like a place of fear and dread, where the line between imagination and reality blurred. But Emma, a true enthusiast of the uncanny, knew that fear could be faced head-on. She encouraged her friends to embrace the thrill of the legend and to keep an open mind as they continued their evening gathering. With that in mind, they sat in a circle on the bedroom floor, surrounded by the child's toys and games. The room was filled with the eerie silence of anticipation, broken only by the occasional creaking of the house. As the night deepened, the atmosphere shifted. The bedroom, once a haven of childhood innocence, now felt like a place of mystery and apprehension. The group's imaginations ran wild as they contemplated the presence of the clown in the closet. When they finally decided to leave the room for the night, the bedroom was still, and the echoes of Emma's story had subsided. Emma's friends slept fitfully, feeling that they had not only experienced fear, but had also paid their respects to the mysteries of the suburban home. The following morning, as they awoke to the gentle sunlight streaming through the curtains, they knew they had encountered something extraordinary. Emma's unique storytelling had allowed them to bridge the gap between the living and the supernatural, reminding them that legends held not only fear but also the potential for connection and reverence. As they left the suburban home behind, they carried with them the memory of the clown in the closet and the legends that had surrounded it. The bedroom had become a part of their own adventure, a reminder that the line between imagination and the supernatural was not always clear. In the end, Emma's storytelling had transformed an ordinary suburban home into a place of connection and remembrance, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they continued their journey through life, knowing that legends would forever be a cherished part of their own adventures, guiding them through the mysteries of the unknown and the thrill of the unexplained. As they departed from the suburban home, the memory of their Erie adventure continued to linger, casting a haunting spell over their thoughts and conversations. The ordinary house, once a place of comfort and routine, had taken on an air of intrigue and mystery. Throughout their days, the group of friends couldn't help but see the world around them with a fresh perspective. The familiar sights and sounds of everyday life now held a hint of wonder, and the mundane had transformed into a realm of possibility. During their gatherings and outings, they often found themselves sharing stories and laughter, gradually dispelling the lingering unease from Emma's chilling tale. Emma's storytelling had not only entertained, but it also connected them to the legends that had become a part of their shared experiences. As they encountered people from various walks of life, they couldn't resist sharing the legend of the clown in the closet, passing it on as a part of their own adventure. The legend had become a narrative thread that wove their lives together, connecting them to the past and the enigmatic character of the clown in the closet. Inspired by their fascination with legends, they continued to explore other mysteries, seeking out forgotten places and uncovering hidden stories. They ventured into old houses, explored abandoned buildings, and ventured into eerie forests, finding that each tale added depth to their understanding of the supernatural. In their explorations, they discovered that legends were not confined to a single story or place. Legends were all around them, waiting to be uncovered and shared. The world became a tapestry of stories, each one offering a glimpse into the mysteries of life. Over time, the unsettling atmosphere of the suburban home gave way to a sense of curiosity and wonder. The clown in the closet, once a source of fear, had become a character in their ongoing narrative, a legend that lived on through their stories and adventures. As they continued to embrace their fascination with legends, they found that their lives had become a journey of discovery, where every experience was a story waiting to be told. They cherished the moments when they could bridge the gap between imagination and reality. Their lives were forever intertwined with the legends they had encountered, and they carried these stories with them as they ventured into the mysteries of life. They knew that legends held not only fear, but also the potential for connection and reverence, and they embraced the power of storytelling to uncover the extraordinary in the ordinary. In the end, Emma's storytelling had transformed their lives into an ongoing adventure, where the echoes of the past could be heard and honored in the present. And so, they continued their journey through life, knowing that legends would forever be their cherished companions, guiding them through the mysteries of the unknown and the magic of the unexplained.